How are you today, girls? We will take now Grammar Unit 2, page 17, used to. So I will explain to you how we use used to. Okay, we put used to plus the verb in the infinitive. And we use this expression to talk about habits or repeated actions in the past which we don't do in the present. So when you say I used to play basketball, it means that this was your habit, or this is what you used to do in the past, but it means that this habit stopped for the present time. So I used to play football in the past, but now I stopped. So this expression talks about habits or repeated actions in the past, and they stopped now in the present, or they no longer exist. We also use it to talk about states in the past which are no longer true. For example, I used to have long hair. It's a state. But now I have short hair. He used to smoke, but now he doesn't smoke. So it's a habit that happened in the past, but now it stopped. They used to live in India, but now they live in Germany. So we can use used to for both habits and for to talk about states at the same time in the past. Now, watch out. With the negative and the question, it's use, not used. Why? Because you know that in the negative you have to put did. Because used to is always used in the past tense. So that's why when we wanted to change the sentences from the affirmative to the negative, we have to use did, and then that's why we change used to into use to. So did you used to be a teacher? Did he use to study French? Now these two questions are yes no questions. So we start with did, and then we put used to in the infinitive. So did you used to? What about the negative? She didn't used to like chocolate, but now she does. So again, when you want to change it to the negative form, you put did not and you put use in the infinitive form. So she didn't used to like chocolate. That was in the past. But what about now? She does now. I didn't use to want to have a nice house. Now be careful with this used to. We cannot say she uses to have long hair, because used to has to be used in the past only. We cannot use it with other tenses, so we cannot put it in the present. We cannot put it in the future. We cannot use it with other tenses, except only we use it in the past simple tense. So we cannot put used to in other tenses. It has to be in the past simple tense. Now let's take a look at your book. We will answer exercise 2. Read the learn this box, choose the correct words in the rule, and complete the examples. Okay, used to, number one. We use used to for past, present, future habits or situations. Of course, past habits or situations, because we cannot use it with other tenses that are now the same or different, that are now different because they no longer exist in the present. So my dad used to smoke, that was in the past, but he doesn't now. Number two, the form of used to is the same for all persons. So because it's in the past. So in the affirmative, we say my parents used to live in London. The negative, I didn't use to have a DVD player. Interrogative, did you use to walk to school? Yes, I did, or no, I didn't. These are short answers. And for WH questions, where did Danny used to live? Exploit, exercise 1. Complete the sentences with the affirmative, negative, or interrogative form of used to and the verbs in the box. 1. My sister used to like this town, but she hates it now. 2. Where did she used to live before she lived in London? 3. She didn't use any exercise, or she didn't use to do any exercise, but now she goes running every day. 4. She didn't use to speak any Italian, but now she's almost fluent. 5. My mom used to work in a bank, but she's unemployed now. 6. You can say did or didn't. She used to be a waitress before she became an actress. Now take another look to the answers. And this is the end of the lesson.